Alright everyone, so it's been a couple days. I figure it's time to start making one of these HelloFresh meals. The one I've chosen to do first is this silky Sicilian penne tossed with mushrooms, zucchini, and tomatoes. It looks amazing, so we're going to go ahead and try this one out. Alright, so step one, it says here to go ahead and prep all your your vegetables. Bring a large pot of salted water to boil. Wash and dry the produce. And then we're going to trim and quarter the zucchini lengthwise. Cut crosswise into 1/2 inch thick pieces. Trim and thinly slice mushrooms. And then we're going to have the tomatoes, minced chives, and quarter the lemon. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my pot on the stove with water, and then I've got everything laid out, all my ingredients that came with the HelloFresh box, and I'll go through each amount that you need as well, so that you know what you need to put in. Okay, so it says to start with the zucchini. I've already washed it and trimmed the ends. Now it says to cut it lengthwise and then cut it into quarter pieces, so we're going to go ahead and do that next. Remember, be careful when using a knife, please. So I've cut it lengthwise. Alright, now it looks like from the picture they've cut it even more, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick as well. Okay, zucchini's done. You can see they're in like little cuts here. They're gonna sit there in their little temporary home while we work on the mushrooms. So they did provide a little container of mushrooms, and it says to trim and thinly slice mushrooms and skip if your mushrooms are pre-sliced. So these are not pre-sliced. Oh wait, actually, yeah, they are sliced because they're not whole mushrooms. So these are already good to go. Sliced mushrooms. If I would have just read the container, then we wouldn't have had that whole 30 seconds of confusion. So read your container. That's the moral of the story. Okay, so they're already ready to go. So then the next step is to have the tomatoes, which they give you a container of the tomatoes right here. So we're going to have these, and then the next step is to quarter your lemon and mince your chives. So as I'm opening up the container of tomatoes, I did notice that there was 2 of them that were bad eggs. Not really eggs, you know, tomatoes, but they were bad. So just make sure that if you do order the box, you just double check. Those I'm gonna go ahead and dispose of because they will not be good. Alright, so it says to have the tomatoes, so obviously that is cut them in half. So we're going to do that. Again, be careful. Okay, so the tomatoes are all halved, and they're going to sit there in their temporary home while we work on our lemon. It says to quarter the lemon, so we're going to go ahead and quarter the lemon. Let's cut the ends off here. They can go with those rotten tomatoes. Be careful when you're cutting your lemon, because I know that there are seeds in here, and sometimes your knife will pop off the seed and it's not good. Okay, so lemons are done. Those are in their little home, and then we're going to go ahead and get our chives. Okay, now it says to mince your chives up. So I'm just going to cut them like this first. Okay, so I got my chives done here, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some of these mushrooms. That way they're just a little smaller, because I'm not a big mushroom fan, but I do like mushrooms if they're, you know, smaller. I just don't want a big chunk of mushroom in my meal. And sometimes I don't like mushrooms at all, but we're just gonna go ahead and go by what the recipe says this time, because obviously they're doing something right. They're a pretty big company. But I'm not gonna put as many as it says to put in there. Maybe one more. Okay. Okay. So, we've got everything done. We've got our zucchini, our lemons, our tomatoes, our chives, and our mushrooms. This actually looks really pretty. All the different color palettes. Okay, so next step says to cook your zucchini. So we're gonna heat a drizzle of olive oil in a large pan over medium-high heat, and then add the zucchini, season with salt and pepper. Now it doesn't say how much salt and pepper, and even here when it says what you need, it doesn't say, it just says salt and pepper. So I guess it's just kind of your taste on how much salt and pepper you like in your meals. So we're gonna go ahead and start on that. All right, so I've got my zucchini in the pan. I've got it on medium-high heat. Just gonna let it get all in the oil, really sprinkled. It says to use some olive oil, so that's what I did at the bottom. And then it says to use salt. So I'll sprinkle some salt. And then it says to use some pepper. So we'll sprinkle a little pepper. So it says that you're gonna wanna do this about 4 to 6 minutes till it's like medium golden brown and soft. So I'll be back in 4 to 6 minutes. Okay, so my zucchini is about done. They look really good actually. Very yummy. It says to take this off of the heat and transfer it into a medium bowl. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, put them in the medium bowl. And then it says to do the mushrooms the same way we just did the zucchini. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've got my pan ready again for the mushrooms. I went ahead and put my olive oil in there, and I'll put the mushrooms in. It says to do the same thing with the mushrooms as we did with the zucchini. So we're going to go ahead and get those cooked up. Again, it says to do this for about 5 to 7 minutes until your mushrooms are golden brown. And it also says to add your salt and pepper. So we're going to do that. Like I said, I'm not a huge mushroom person, but I don't mind them. So I'm gonna put them in this time to see, you know, if I like it. Maybe I'll like it and I'll wanna add more next time. You can do the same if you don't like mushrooms. I would assume that whatever ingredient in these meals that you really don't like when it comes to the vegetables, or, you know, if you don't like onions or whatever else, you can modify it. I don't think that's gonna make a huge difference. Okay, so now that my mushrooms are golden brown, it says to put these in the same bowl that you put your zucchini in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, now that our water is boiling, we're gonna go ahead and add our penne pasta into the boiling water. Let's go ahead ahead and do that. Okay, I've transferred the mushrooms over to the bowl, and it says while these noodles are cooking, we're gonna go ahead and make the sauce. So we're gonna use the same pan that we've been using for the zucchini and the mushrooms. And it says we're gonna put a half of a tablespoon of butter, which I have here. And then we're going to drizzle olive oil once again, which I've already did. And then we're going to add the tomatoes with the Italian seasoning that they provide for you. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Alright, so let's add the tomatoes. Done. And then we're going to add the seasoning that they provide. Okay. Alright, so I've gotten that all added up. Also says to use salt and pepper once again, as you like. So we're gonna go ahead and salt it up. I've got to add more salt to my salt shaker. And pepper it up. And then we're gonna stir it up. Now it says cook stirring until tomatoes are softened. So it says about 2 to 4 minutes. And once they are softened, we're going to reduce the heat and stir in the stock concentrate and the 1/4 cup of reserved pasta. We're also going to stir in half of the chives and the juice from the lemons. So while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and check on my pasta. Okay, so now that the tomatoes are getting soft, it says to put in half of the chives, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. And then it says to squeeze half of the lemon juice from half of the lemon. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, this is going to be really good. Just be careful. If you have a cut on your hand, it's gonna hurt. Alright, so that was half of them. Give it a stirring. That smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. It's got that really fresh, citrusy smell now to it. Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's go ahead and put in our stock concentrate. Alright, this would be this right here, our stock concentrate. So we're going to go ahead and add that. And we're gonna put this off to the side while we get our noodles off of the stove because we're gonna add the noodles directly to this. Okay, so now it says to add noodles. Stir that up. Okay. All right, so once that's stirred up there, it says to add 1/3 cup of water. Let me get that. I got my water. Go ahead and add that. Whoop. Runaway noodle. Stir that up. Okay, now it says to put in our cream. So we're gonna go ahead and add that. There's one. There's two. Let's mix that up. Okay, now that I've added the cream, it says to put in salt and pepper again. A lot of salt and pepper goes into this one, gotta tell ya. Alright, salt and pepper added. Mix again. Alright, now it says that I'm gonna add my zucchini and my mushrooms. So I have got my zucchini and my mushrooms. We're gonna go ahead and add them. Mix that up. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Alright, so this is so far what it looks like. It looks so good. So let's plate it and add the last remaining ingredients. Alright, so we're going to put it in a bowl. It says to put half of it in one bowl, half of it in another bowl. And that's about half. Okay, so now it says to sprinkle the other half of the chives and Parmesan cheese and serve with the remaining lemon wedges on the side. So let me get that. Alright, so we're gonna put some of the chives. Sprinkle those all around. Okay. And the Parmesan cheese that they provide. And then it says to put the remaining Alright. That is it. So this is what it looks like. This is what mine looks like. And this is what theirs looks like. What do you think? I don't know, looks pretty close. I think we might have did okay. I have to tell you, It wasn't bad. It was not bad. This was not bad at all to make. I think that if I hadn't been doing a video at the same time, it would have been a little bit easier. But it wasn't bad. This was very doable. So now is the test, the final outcome of it all. Does it even taste good? So let's go ahead and try it. Okay. Let's be real. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. You can taste the lemon. You can taste the freshness of the zucchini. You can taste the earthiness of the mushrooms. The cheese just adds that last little bit of flavor. I mean, this is just, I can't believe that I made this. This is so good. This is like if you were to go to a restaurant and order a meal. I mean, this is amazing. I think the only thing that this is missing is like a piece of bread with like the olive oil and the seasoning. That would make this, oh my gosh, like I can't even describe to you. I wish that you could smell it too. It smells amazing. So meal one, I have got to give it 2 thumbs up for sure. It says that it was 5-minute prep time, and I completely agree with that. It would have been 5 minutes if I hadn't been doing my video. Also says cook time 30 minutes. Absolutely, definitely 30 minutes. It was very easy. I'm glad that I chose this one to start off with. This was a great icebreaker. I like all the ingredients. I could have even added more mushrooms because, to be honest with you, they taste really good in this because they're coated with the seasoning, and oh my gosh, this is so good. So so far, meal one, I'm loving it. So let's see if that continues. So that was it. The silky Sicilian penne pasta tossed with mushrooms, zucchini, and tomatoes. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It wasn't stressful at all. So that's it. That is my first review of the HelloFresh box. I will be doing the rest of the meals coming soon. Stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go enjoy this food. So until the next time, see ya.